Hi, good evening. We're going to talk about email service providers. And let me just start at the beginning and talk about why you want to keep an email list on a service provider. There are a number of reasons. I don't know if you've ever tried to send out a mass email, but oftentimes people's spam folders will catch it if you do it straight from your email. So the number one reason to have your list on one of these service providers is deliverability. They work really hard on keeping their lists clean and make sure that you're legitimate customers. And so their emails go through one at a time. Say you have a list of 200, instead of sending out a mass email like yours would go out if you did it yourself, they send it out ping, 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 one at a time. So that's the number one reason. The other reason is just security, flexibility. Your email list is really your number one asset in your business. This is, it's like a room full of your clients. It's really a wonderful thing. And there are two email service providers that I'll suggest to you. The first one is GetResponse, and this is the landing page for GetResponse right here. And then the other one is MailChimp. And I would suggest MailChimp if you really aren't ready to go. They do have a free, it says sign up for free, they have a free option. You won't be able to practice any of the autoresponders or anything that we're going to be doing because they don't include that in the free option. But if you really feel like you're going to be wasting $15 a month on having an email service provider, start with MailChimp just to start growing your list. Also, Aweber is a lovely one. The reason I would suggest GetResponse over Aweber is a couple of reasons. Number one being I don't use Aweber, so I can't help you with it, but it's fine too. And if you have iContact or any of the larger ones, that's just fine. But let's say you decide to go with GetResponse, and you're really going to jump in and we're going to build this email list using all of the things that I'm going to teach you about how people love to join lists and why they join your list. And so if you want to just click the link down below, that is my affiliate link, so I appreciate you using that if you sign up. And here we are on the dashboard. You can just pause this here and go ahead and sign up, and then you're going to sign in and come back to me and we'll show you how to get started. Okay, so you've signed up and now you've signed into your GetResponse, and the first thing you want to do is create a campaign. This is my GetResponse, so there's a bunch of campaigns in here, but I'm just going to create a new one. I'll just put Testing Elegant. There we go. And, oops, did that work? Nope, for some reason it didn't. Create a campaign. Oh, that's right. And I click on Create a Campaign. Sorry, it was right down here. Create Campaign. I clicked on that, and here we go again. And you can't use spaces, but you can use underscore, so we'll do it again now. Events. There we go. So you can think of a campaign as a list. And you want to have a main list that's probably the name of your business or your project or course, and you want to keep a total list in there. So after you've got your first list set up, you want to probably edit the campaign settings. So let's go right here and edit campaign settings. There are just a couple of things that I like to do. I turn off the notifications to notify me every time someone signs up. I find that if you're sort of focused on that, it can be exciting at first, but then if they don't come in, it's also sad. So I really don't want to get an email every time someone signs up. So I turn that off. But if you like to, you can turn it on. And then you want to make sure that this send notifications. I'm signed up for GetResponse with my general email, which is a Gmail account. but I've also added my Ann at Ann Manat. And so that's usually what I do when I send them out. It's got to be from Ann at Ann Manat. All right, there we go. So I choose that one. And you can also add a new email and verify it if you need to. Your address will show up. Some people go and get a P.O. box for that reason. This is actually a law in the United States that you have. It's an anti-spamming law, so it's a law that you have your address in there. Okay, and I think that's all for that. Profile is fine. Permissions. I always undo this. I don't think we need to double opt-in every single time. Confirmation message, there again is going to be from Ann. And perfect. Okay, that's all for the settings. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to, I can go back to the dashboard so I can just show you how to get there from here. So there's this beautiful menu up here, and you can either use one of these like that, or you can just go straight to add contacts. So we're going to add some contacts. Now, if you don't have a list, please don't just copy and paste all of your friends' emails in here. You need to get their permission to do that. And but if you have a list of people, let's say it's on the your WordPress blog, for example, you have a subscription list, then you want to, there's another link down below. You can use a plugin that will export that for you. And what you want is a CSV file. That means comma separated value. And if you have one of those, you can save it and you can upload it right here. So I just happen to have one. Choose file. Here it is right here. These are my test clients. These aren't real addresses. And import contacts. Okay, now you can see this says last name, and those are definitely last names. This says first name, and yep, these are first names. I see cities and states and zip codes. We really don't need to keep those. But I'm trying to find show all custom fields. Yes, because here's the email addresses. We definitely need those. So just name and email address is plenty. Thank you so much. That's it. Okay, next step. Perfect. And finish import. Now they may or may not show up right away. My email program, I've been working with GetResponse for a while, so they trust me. Sometimes if you upload a long list of clients, they will ask for just a little bit of time to make sure that it's a good list and it's not something you bought somewhere. So we have 10 clients. I can show you this way. You check over here to make sure you're on the right list, and then you go to search contacts and view all contacts. Test elegance. Oh yeah, see, they're checking them. That's why they don't show up yet. But pretty soon they'll show up in here. And there you go. You've got some clients in your new database of lists. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again soon.